It's just gone lunchtime. This is All Angles here on eNCA. Good afternoon. I'm Masakhora Tlakha. It is that time of the day when we give you an update on how far some of the stories we've been following up for you today have advanced. Here's your lunchtime update. Our reporters are out and about bringing you the latest on today's top stories. I'm joined by Sipamandla Koke in Wapindangene in Mahlabatini in northern KwaZulu-Natal. Hlonim Timkulu is in Johannesburg for us, and Nobesutu Hechana is in Cape Town. All right, Sipa, I'm going to start with you. Of course, the South African political fraternity is descending on Prince Mangosuthu Buthelez's Wapindangene royal homestead. That is, of course, to bid farewell as colleagues. But earlier today, Sipa, we understand that the funeral has been moved by 1 day from Friday to Saturday. What else can you tell us? All right, as you can see there, this is basically the AmaZulu football team, the national team arriving there at Wapindangene, there at the homestead of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. They are currently just being greeted by IFP official, basically just to go in. As you can see there, Mr. Zungu, the chairperson or the new owner of AmaZulu, just walking in there. He is greeting my colleague Sipamandla Koke, and I'm not sure if Sipa, you can hear us. You can take over in terms of the people who are arriving there. What are they saying?
Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, how are you going to remember him as the football club?
His uncle, Solomon Zulu, was a reigning monarch when AmaZulu Football Club was established in 1932. And the founders of AmaZulu went to Solomon Zulu to receive blessings for the establishment of a team for the nation. And he said, by all means, and with pleasure, you can name this team Zulu Royals. So over time, it has been renamed AmaZulu Football Club. So we are coming to pay homage to the blood of the key founder of AmaZulu Football Club. He has been an ardent supporter of AmaZulu Football Club ever since. In actual fact, not so long ago, we had the rare honor of presenting him his own jersey, written Mangosuthu. So we are very sad at his sad passing, but we will honor his legacy. And we have played in the Mangosuthu Legacy Cup ever since.
Thank you very much for your time. That is Sandile Zungu, who's the president of AmaZulu Football Club. If you can go that side, Manzini, AmaZulu Football Club, they are here to pay their respects. It's a number of people that have been coming here, flocking here. This is significant because AmaZulu as a football club, they've got deep history and connection and roots with AmaZulu royal family, and a number of political leaders are also inside Wapindangene paying their homage, paying their last respects. There is a government delegation that is being led by Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Minister Thembi Nkadimeng. Public Works Minister Sihle Zikalala is also here. He worked with Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi when he was the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, and a number of people are flocking to Wapindangene. The Deputy President of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Floyd Nyego Shivambu, is here leading the EFF delegation. We expect that the federal leader of the Democratic Alliance, that will be John Steenhuisen, will be also coming here to pay his last respects. He will be leading a delegation from the Democratic Alliance, and religious leaders, business people, traditional leaders, and just eminent persons are coming here to pay their respects, but also just people from around Wapindangene, Mahlabatini, eNkonjeni, Ulundi, and across KwaZulu-Natal are coming here to pay their last respects. Now, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi will be laid to rest on Saturday. There has been a change of plan. He's been granted an official special funeral category 1 by the President of the Republic of South Africa.
Right, Sipamandla Goke there in conversation with Sandile Zungu, the owner of the AmaZulu team, welcomed by IFP Member of Parliament Mkhuleko Hlengwa there earlier. Hloni, let me come to you. Of course, people battling with the rise or the rising cost of living. You've been talking to people in Johannesburg and in particular, a very expensive place to live. I'm sure you and I would agree to that, Hloni. How are people telling you they're surviving and adjusting their budgets?
Yeah, Masoko, just about everyone in different class categories is affected or has certainly noticed that things have gone up. The price of basic goods has gone up and decisions are having to be made about what is important, what is not so important, what is a luxury and what is a need. We spoke to different people who work around Johannesburg and who do different things in Johannesburg. We spoke to petrol attendants about how they're adjusting, as well as people coming to pour petrol in their cars as well. So just the two contrasting situations there. We spoke to people who were having just a normal morning coffee, and they were saying that, okay, sure, they can do this, but they now need to prioritize whether they go to place A for their coffee or they go to place B for their coffee, if they can even afford it in the first place. There are pensioners that we spoke to, and this has affected their retirement as well, that they used to have a set amount of money that they could spend per month, but now with everything going up, they still have this set amount of money, but that's all they have. They don't have an additional income that is coming in. So it's affecting people differently. We spoke to a mom who says that, now that all the things are increasing, it's just affecting how she does her schooling and how she adapts to what she can and she can't do for her children, and what becomes a priority and what doesn't become a priority. But I think it's interesting that different people are feeling it differently. Some people obviously have more money, have more disposable income than others, but even they can feel that it's not as disposable as they used to have. But on the other hand, you have people who didn't even have disposable income in the first place, and they're now having to make very important decisions about that. There are also the business owners who have noticed that things are not the same as they used to be 2 years ago, even 3, 4, 5 years ago, where customers are not coming as frequently as they used to come through. They've had to change how they come, how they do their business with the certain businesses. So it is definitely an impact on everyone. But we did speak to a few people, and let's hear just from them what they are having to do and what decisions they are having to make, Masako.
Me personally, I've been thinking of moving out of my apartment, which I got when I started working, but because of prices of living, I no longer enjoy living there, but because rent is still affordable, I'm still there, and trying to, it's very hard. You're trying to live a decent life, at the same time you're still trying to maintain savings for rainy days, because with this, even jobs are not guaranteed. You might work up tomorrow and you don't have a job no more, so you always have to put some away in your nest, but there's not much to put away.
We've had to downscale. We had quite a big house which we had to sell, and we've bought a little 2-bedroom apartment now, which we're fortunate in that we were able to buy it and we don't have to rent it. We've downscaled tremendously.
Just driving to work is quite a difficult thing, because you have to put petrol in your car. So I think that's a huge pinch. The price of food. Somebody that loves Woolworths have now to sort of second guess, am I going to Woolworths or not?
All right, Nabasutu, let me come to you there. Of course, Gift of the Givers on standby to help rescue teams that are traveling to Morocco after that deadly earthquake. You spoke to the founder, Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman. What is he saying about the possibility of his team heading there to assist?
Well, we do know that about 28 team or members are expected to head to Morocco. That will only be once they get the confirmation from the government to rather accept the Gift of the Givers responsibility, or rather them saying that they would like to assist in that particular country where 2,800 people were confirmed to have died due to the earthquake. We spoke to some of the members from the CPUT University that are expected to form part of those assisting teams. And they were saying one of them is Numisa, who was saying that this would be the first international trip, and especially working in such a big mission with the gift of the giver. So it's going to take a lot for her to mentally and physically prepare her for that. And one of them was Raina, who was part of the team that went to Turkey, and she was saying that, I mean, she learned a lot from that particular trip, and she hopes that given the opportunity she will be able to also give or assist in that particular country. But Dr. Imiti is saying that, I mean, all of his teams are on standby, but they are now awaiting for the government of Morocco to give a go-ahead. But this is what he had to say.
We had the airlines ready, Schengen visas ready, the police, the SAPS unit, the dog has become part of us now. The Deputy National Commissioner released 5 dogs and 5 dog handlers. Gauteng EMS has never joined us before, at 6 teams and equipment. CPUT is our partner. You know, they got their teams and the equipment ready. Our equipment is set and ready. As we spoke to SARS, the customs clearance will be done in advance. Everything is done in advance. We spoke to our ambassador in Morocco, we spoke to the Moroccan government. The Inspector General of Intelligence spoke to the local ambassador and the local deputy ambassador. I spoke to the local deputy ambassador. The DG spoke to the ambassador. The ministers getting involved. Always saying, in essence, that South Africa is willing to help. It's their choice now. Whether it goes or it doesn't go, it doesn't really matter to us. We had an opportunity to test ourselves. You know, every disaster is something you have to match yourself against the previous one. But if you can go, we know we can save lives. The terrain is not like Turkey. You know, Turkey was flat. Here it's mountainous, it's more complicated. But the big advantage is there's no high-rise buildings.
All right, that was your eNCA lunchtime update from all angles with reporters Siphamandla Goke, Hlonim Timkulu and Nobesu Tuhejana. Thank you, team. Let's leave it there for now.